the 25. New York set to take the field.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnover.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Well, that's unfortunate because he had a nice run going, but give credit to the defense. They got a hand in the cookie jar there, CD.
You have to think about vision, finding a place to get down after you know you've gotten all you can out of a run, and obviously ball security is paramount. In today's football, everyone's coming after the rock. You've got to make sure you protect it and protect the yardage you just gained.
First down, Huntley, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw, Allen. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
After that last sequence, they're sitting pretty comfortably. They force the fumble, get the field goal, and expand on that lead here in the second half.
And don't expect them to rest on their laurels after that kick either. They'll keep their effort up until the final whistle. They don't consider any lead safe.
New York set to take the field.
But it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the pic.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Tre'Davious White with a pick.
And the Bills are going to take possession of the football.
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are, positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Allen now on 1st down.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Allen again here on 2nd and 10. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. And his kick here is good. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Ball again on 2nd down.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. Another example of just a dominant performance by this defense.
Yeah, you hear all the time about teams that try to steal signals from the other side and try and learn their signs and their tendencies. It's almost like they get the answers to the exam the night before and were well prepared for this final.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Wilson. And my goodness, another interception. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown.
Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this third quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick 6 is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way.
McLaughlin for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Here's Wilson to throw.
And pass complete to Moore. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Well, still in the third quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
Here's Wilson. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. To throw again is Wilson, sliding out of the pocket. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 49-yard line. Now Wilson.
And that throw behind his man. He missed him, incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now it's Wilson.
They'll set up the screen for Hall.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now, but as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20. 2nd and 5.
Wilson.
He'll look to Gesicki on the out route. Ball is caught. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
They go play action now. Wilson. And here he'll get it down to the 7. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Wilson. And it's caught.
And the Jets are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Going with a big fullback, Watt. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Derek Watt punching it in from a yard away.
And the Jets are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25.
Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field.
CD, I mean, they have just been scoring at will. It's been score after score after score, and a lot of times we use the term blowout for a lopsided ball game. This has kind of gone past that. I think we're in historic territory right now.
You nailed it. Historic territory. Perfect phrase for what we are watching. If this were a movie, what kind of rating would we put on it? Who would you allow to watch what we're watching right now? Let's hope this one gets over fast, because this game, well decided a long time ago.
And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. On 3rd down, Huntley. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
The Bills send the punter out. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return.
And the Jets will take over. New York ready to go again offensively. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down.
And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down.
Here's the Jets punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. 51 yards on the punt there. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
Well, CD, you and I do a lot of games together, but it is pretty rare that we do a game of this margin. I mean, this has just been total domination from start until now, and I don't think they're going to take their foot off the gas at this point.
Do you think that on the sideline, some jokester said to one of his teammates, maybe a few of them, hey, we're up 50. Why not go for 100? You think maybe that line was uttered on the sideline? I can't believe what we're seeing here. An NFL game this lopsided.
Right back to him on first down. And he powers his way up past the 30. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. Huntley.
And he's going to have a Bills first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They'll run on first down. Huntley. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48.
92 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
When you enter the game as the AFC Player of the Week award winner, you expect runs like that and then some.
It was fun to watch him in the opener last week in Week 1. He was spectacular and hoping for more here in Week 2.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Up the middle they go. Huntley.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33.
12 yards that time and a Bills first down.
It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Back to the ground. This time Cook. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. To the air, Allen. Throw left side complete. That's McKenzie. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Now a handoff up the middle. Huntley. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Now, somehow he was able to sidestep that first tackler, but still hit and taken down behind the line.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Running left, it's Penny. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. So stuff for no gain on 2nd down brings up a pretty interesting 3rd from this distance.
I'm throwing the ball, and I'm not even thinking about play pass. I'm going to let them know right away I'm throwing it, but I'm probably giving my quarterback some room, sprint him out to one side or the other, and give him an opportunity. If it breaks down, he can take off and run for it. Nice completion, nice gain.
Great tackle.
Really good tackle. Kept him in bounds, kept things going. What do you do here?
That's the question. Let's see what they do. Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now it's Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hall. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. There's Hall bringing in another one. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
Now Wilson.
He'll get this into the hands of Braxton Berrios. So the pitch and catch good for 11. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. To throw is Wilson. And able to find Gesicki as tight end. And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 40. Buying time to his left.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Throwing again here, Wilson.
He gets it underneath to Hall.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Open man here is Conklin. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Here's Wilson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Teron Johnson able to pick it.
And the Bills come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for Buffalo, they used a favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Denver Broncos next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Buffalo.